Alright y'all, it's a nice chilly day out here today. Of course here comes the smoke back in my face as usual, but anyway, we are here. We got a stew going in my pot over there and got some people from the community coming over, and we're gonna have a good time, a fellowship, and eating some good food and all of that. But I figure I'd post a little video here. Anyway, the past couple of weekends I've been helping some of the ones in our group here, and you know, had some projects they needed to get done. We got those done, and now today we're going to take a little time to fellowship and all that. Hopefully everybody will be able to make it out and everything. We've had some rain come in last night, couple downpours throughout the night and a little bit in the morning, stuff like that, but not too big a deal. I got a canopy set up over my pot here, so even if it rains we'll make something work. But anyway, I believe that people in your group are very important. People are #1 resource in any kind of SHTF and collapse. Just about anything I can think of. It would be a lot easier and a lot better with a group, and a lot less stressful having help with the various things that you need to do with getting food, preparing food, you know. Well, I'll say this. As you can see, and you watched my videos before, I live pretty rural, out in the country. That's what I'm used to. That's what I'm accustomed to. I've never lived in the city or any type of thing like that, so I can't speak a whole lot on how to, you know, prep or survive in the city and the things that you need to do there. Out here, with what I've got going on, as you see the goats back there, they're a fairly new addition. I think we've had goats probably 3 or 4 months. We had the first one, and since we had the first one rather, that one got killed, and then we replaced it with 2, and then we just recently, in last like 2 weeks, added the other 4. So it's pretty new to us. We're still learning how to take care of them and doing the various things, and learning what to do with them. And I haven't tried goat meat yet, but like I said, if things get bad enough I will eat it. But I do want to find some to try, and you know, I'm sure I'll like it, you know, one way or the other, some kind of recipe, and then we'll be able to raise more of them for meat. 2 of them back there are dairy goats, and I love goat milk, so I can't wait till they start producing and all of that good stuff. But like I said, going back to the prepper community and SHTF, if you know, it was a real bad situation, collapse or whatever, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done around here that would you know, be a lot better with a lot of help with raising the garden, tending that, planting, harvesting, weeding, and all of that. Alright, I had to pause it there and stir my soup a little bit. But like I said, there'll be a lot of things to do around here. Of course, the animals will still need tending to, and all of those type of things, feeding and worming and all of that stuff. Which, having livestock, it is more things to have to prep and to keep up with. Stock and feed is a good idea for your animals, but it's not the #1 priority for me, because like these guys here out here grazing, and you know, the chickens and things like that, if you had to, you could forage for them. You know, you could take and tie a rope around them and tie them out in various spots and let them eat, and you could let the chickens kind of free range, and you know, you'd have to watch them and keep up with them a little bit more, but you could find some kind of way to feed them in an environment like mine anyway. The number one thing for the animals that I believe need to prep for is the medicines. Be stocked up on worm medicines and all of those things. We got worm medicine, B complex, and iron so far that we've had to use with the one goat. One goat got really sick and down, and we almost lost her, but luckily she's doing good now. But she had worms and a iron deficiency, so we had to give her iron and some B complex and 2 different kinds of wormer to get her back going up. But she's doing good now. So like I said, that's what I think your number one animal prep is the medicines. But they only show like 1 to 2 year, maybe 3 year shelf life on the medicine, so you have to stay pretty up on that. If a collapse happened and I had some medicine that was 4 years old and I didn't have anything else, I would still give it a try. It would be better than nothing, you know what I mean? But ideally, you want to have medicine that's in date and to be able to keep up with all those things. We still need to do some more fencing for those, but like I said, if you watch Viking Preparedness, he talks a lot about having the materials and planning out projects, which is a very good idea and a good concept. And like I said, we got a lot more fencing that we need to do. And if I had all the fence and posts and everything stocked up, even if a collapse happened, then we would still be able to get those projects done, especially if we had people from the group here and, you know, we could knock it out in a good amount of time. So there is some more projects I need to do. Like I said, I need to build a smokehouse for the hogs, and I've got some cedar trees to bring home from the woods to use as my corners and stuff, and then I just have to get the rest of the material to do that. But if you have projects like that that you need to do or want to do, if you can go ahead and get those things now, go ahead and have them and be ready, where even if you get it up, you know, sometime before a collapse or anything like that, you're still good to go, or after a collapse you still have the material to do it with. So hopefully you can get those things done. So that pretty much covers the food. It's not a really in-depth video on this, it's just kind of a general, but like I said, that covers the food. Then you have the animals, which is also part of the food, but it's a separate deal because you have to take care of them until you eat them. So that, and then your water procurement and purification and all that kind of stuff. We have a lot of water runs through here. We have creeks and rivers, and we have a pond not too far from here and all that stuff, which is not ideal drinking water, but it can be purified. You know, those things. And also you could use like the pond water to water the animals with, and you know, that would require carrying it in buckets and things like that, transporting it, which would be a lot better with people. These are all things that you can do by yourself, but as you see, as the list goes on of more and more things that need doing, it'd be kind of hard to cover all that by yourself. It would be a very long day, and then that brings you to security, especially at night. You need somebody to look after what you have in your house and make sure everybody's protected so they can rest and be ready for work the next day. Alright, and we're back again. Like I said, being able to rest and be protected is very important, and it takes people to cover all those aspects. And also, I have kids, and a lot of the ones in the group have kids, so you need somebody, you know, it would take 1 to 2 people just to keep up with the kids and make sure that they're taken care of, and you know, not running off and this and that and those various things while everybody else is getting work done. Also, like now it's getting into winter time, and you would also be doing it in springtime for the next year. Would be cutting firewood and busting it and having it split and ready to go and all that type of stuff for the winter. A lot of people burn wood anyway, but if not, then it would be a good backup for a collapse, a EMP or something like that, where you're basically back to caveman days. So all that requires a lot of work and time and effort. So basically what it boils down to is if you can have a good group, then it's definitely worth the time and the effort to build one and to maintain it and all of that. I wouldn't suggest going out and finding just whoever you can find on the street type of deal to try to throw a group together overnight. You want to really know these people good and somebody you can really trust, and ones with good hearts that will contribute, will do the work, carry the load, and also you don't have to worry about stabbing you in the back. That's a very big thing and very important, especially in any type of SHTF scenario or discussion about it, is you definitely need a good group that you can trust. A group with 4 or 5 people that you can really trust would be more beneficial than 20 that are sketchy, you know. But anyway, I got one little thing else I'm gonna tag on here, which is my AR pistol. I really like this thing. I don't do a lot with it, but I just got a brace the other day, and it really makes it a lot nicer gun. It had the one that has a screw in the bottom. You can adjust it out where you want it, but then you have to screw it down, so it's not easily adjustable. So if you have it all the way in where it's easy to carry, then it's, you know, real small to try to shoot. And if you have it way out here, then it's hard to put in like a backpack or something like that. But I really like the adjustable brace. That was worth the money. And this is a SIG Romeo, but I'd like to get a Romeo 5 like I got on my AR to put on there. I like it better as an optic. But anyway, that's all I got for this one. Stay prayed up, prepped up, and strapped up. See ya.